Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we are live.
Yes, we are live. Yes, 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 yes. So I'll let you introduce the topic we have today, and we take it from there. Our guest is on our chambers back, waiting to come to join us soon. But go ahead and let's hear what we have going on today. What should the audience expect from us today?
Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As we know, my name is Aissatou Diallo. I'm a licensed real estate salesperson in the state of New York. I work with Homes NYC, and with Homes NYC, we will get you in. Today, our weekly show is based on credit repair. We have Andy with us today. We are excited. He's gonna drop some great nugget for you guys about credit. As you know, you can buy a house without credit. I mean, you can get a loan without credit, but you can get a loan without income. So we also have Mr. Barry with
Mm.
us today. We're gonna play now some commercial until our guest is ready.
Yes. Hi, this is the team of Homes NYC. We are here to present ourselves so you get to know each and every one of us. You have different nationalities, different languages. I'll let each and everyone present themselves to you. Let's start with Ryan Ali.
السلام عليكم، اسمي ريان علي. لو عاوزين تشتروا بيت في نيويورك ولا نيوجيرسي اريا اتصلوا بينا ونحن حنساعدكم.
Nike ntole Mamadou Aliou Balde na yi Africa bonsara albisiankila ambisi mademenale la bonsoro
won wali ngolene Maria Balde mo na New York City ne hawa mabangai sarape mon eli mono mo malide. Merci.
Hola, soy Nelly Jurado y estoy aquí para ayudar. Nosotros somos expertos en todas las áreas de Nueva York.
Hi, I'm Anita Khan. Are you looking to buy, sell, or rent a home? We are here to help you at Home NYC. Come, give us an opportunity to help you. We make great.
Bonjour, mon nom c'est Ibrahim Ba de Homes NIC Group. On est là aujourd'hui pour vous dire tout simplement que si vous cherchez des maisons à acheter ou bien à vendre ou bien des locations, des SAM, tout ce que vous voulez, nous sommes là pour vous aider. Homes NYC, c'est la raison pour laquelle nous sommes là, pour la communauté. C'est pour vous dire tout simplement que n'hésitez pas de nous appeler parce qu'on est là pour vous aider.
On jarama o team mo yiɗon ɗo ko team amen on ni no yimɓe mariga language different miɗen mari culture different miɗen andi kadi saare nde ñande fuure nde kala e mon faalaɗo soodugol ma luugol ma yeygol nodde o équipe amen ɗo ne wallitoto on jarama. All right. Welcome, Mr. Andy. Yes.
Barry.
Yes, sir.
Is that Creole you guys are speaking?
we speak. No. He knows it's not Creole. Andy, he always got a joke to throw.
But I can't speak that language. How am I going to introduce myself, man?
No. Before you introduce yourself, we want to play a video that you. You know what? Maybe you should introduce yourself first before we want to share a video that you put out there to explain to people about the services you do.
Okay, sure. How are you guys? Andy Suku, founder and CEO of Y2K Credit Solution and Y2K Debt Solution. We're a full-service credit restoration company. We do in-house finance for mortgages. We specialize in IRS litigation, tax cases, collections, bank levies from credit card debts. The whole 9 yards. Anything that has to do with credit, judgments, rebuilding your credit, getting credit cards, getting you approved for proper credit cards and loans. That's what we specialize in.
Okay, thank you very much. We're going to share your video right now with our viewers.
No problem.
But before we do that, I just want to remind all the people who are watching here to share this video. We are being watched from 3 or maybe 8 different channels right now, from Facebook all the way down to Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube.
Nice.
You name it. But we will ask each and everyone who is watching, wherever you're watching, to share these videos. And if you have a question for Andy, wherever you're watching, just put the comment. Just put it on the comment. We should be able to see it and share it with the other people, so he can give us the proper answer, to the question. So,
Barry, before you continue, so this this seminar that you're hosting, is it all first-time home buyers, or what's the
Yes,
purpose?
our goal here, our main goal here is to get people to buy.
Okay.
To be able to buy houses, because this is the time of the year.
Right.
People, people buy.
Okay.
It's the time people file taxes and buy, but you have to have a credit, as you know, before you're able to buy a house.
Of course.
However,
let me ask something real quick. So this, your client, the audience are the ones with like the Jalos, Mamadous, the same last name, right? Because the reason why I'm asking that question.
That's why, beyond that. But
Okay.
however, we have to, speak slowly, because Mamadou, like me, when you speak that fast, you're going to create, So you have already someone here named Mariama Diallo. She said she's a salam to everyone first. She's watching from New York, just to let you know. All right? You have been watched from all over. Some people are in Africa right now watching you.
Nice.
So watch your back, okay?
No, the reason why I made that statement or I asked you that question, because in the community, on a lot of people's credit, there's things on their credit by name association. So that's an issue, a big issue in the community we have to address.
Yes, we will come to that. I'm going to play the video. Right after the video, you can jump in and start from there, okay?
Correct.
So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. So, can you?
Yeah, we can see that.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hey guys, how are you? Andy Suku, founder and CEO of Y2K Credit Solutions. Y2K Credit Solutions is a debt settlement and credit restoration company. Notice I didn't say credit repair. I said debt settlement and credit restoration. And the reason why is because credit repair does not really exist. A lot of these companies are promoting out their credit repair on social media, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Everyone's promoting credit repair. And what is that these companies do is that they write dispute letters on your behalf and hope that the credit bureau, that they're going to catch the credit bureau in a technicality and get something removed off your credit report. These letters are very basic. The verbiage is very basic. If you have seen these letters before, and previous videos, we actually posted a few letters that came from different companies. The content, the verbiage is very basic. It looks like a 10-year-old child wrote it. Here at Y2K Credit Solutions and Y2K Debt Solutions, we don't do dispute letters. That's not what this company is based off of. We're very transparent. And our goal is to help our clients regain their financial power the right way in a short amount of time. When you come to Y2K Credit Solutions, myself or my consultation team will sit down with you. We pull a tri-merge report, a real-time credit report. We see everything that you've done from when you were 17 or when you got credit to current. We provide all three scores, real-time credit scores. We don't provide a credit karma. We don't use any of that stuff because it's not accurate. We need real-time information to give you a real-time consultation, to give you real-time resolution and a solution to your problem. When you come to us, we sit down, we go over your credit report in details. We explain to you every section of your credit report. We explain to you all the issues that you have, all the things that are holding you back from having credit. And if you use the previous credit repair company to fix your credit, we're going to be able to see that as well. And we'll ask you about it. What about this company? How long were you with them and so forth. But moving forward, when you come to us, we're doing an in-depth consultation. We have all your issues laid out on paper. If you have a public record, check system, child support, bankruptcies, charge-off, collections, any negative thing that's affecting your credit, we can fix it. We're very transparent, and we're big on transparency here with our clients. If you haven't done so already, go to our website, y2kcreditsolutions.com. Click on our before and after or on our blog tab. You'll see tons and tons of satisfied clients before and after the credit reports. And those are actually the real credit reports that we use in our consultation. None of these are third-party sites. Everything is very transparent. The result is transparent, and we deliver what we say for our clients. So now in 2020 is around the corner. If you have some issues on your credit, you're looking to leverage your credit, to leverage your business and your personal credit to build generational wealth, you need to give us a call because we can help you. Click the link in the bio and schedule a consultation. Or if you haven't done so already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That link is in the bio as well. There's tons of videos I've compiled over the years in regards to this industry, the work that we do here, our satisfied clients, before and after. There's so many videos on that YouTube channel and a lot of educational videos as well that you can learn a lot of things from. You can see the kind of work that we do for our clients. Over the years, we've helped thousands of clients, from the celebrity clients to the normal working class clients. We're nationwide. We service anywhere in the U.S. and Hawaii as well too. So even though we're based in Long Island, Garden City, Long Island, we can service you anywhere in the U.S. If you have any questions, give us a call, 516-568-4541.
Okay, so that's what we should start, end with. But we're starting with that. Isn't that easy for you?
For me?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Absolutely. I mean, that video is 2 years old, but we got a lot of new things to talk about. But yeah, that sets the base of what this conversation is going to be about.
Okay, beautiful. So we'll leave you the platform and let you, Aissatou Diallo, take it from here. All right.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Barry. So my first question to Andy is like, before getting a bad credit, you have to have a credit first. If somebody that doesn't have a credit at all, where to start and how to start?
So basically, there's two ways, right? We can build a credit for them, or they can do secure credit cards. The thing with secure credit cards, though, is that I don't really like the process because you're giving a bank money and they're putting an interest rate on that and they're making money off of your money. If you have no credit, first we have to pull your credit to make sure it's a clean report, because a lot of clients haven't even seen their real report yet. They look at these sites like Credit Karma and it doesn't show you real-time update reports. So some of these clients do have one or two miscellaneous things on their credit report. If it's there, we have to fix that first, take it off, get the report to be a fresh report, and then rebuild it. We have something called trade lines, which we offer in our office. It's about 400 trade lines that we have with various banks that we can use to rebuild their credit. It takes 30 days to rebuild their credit. Once we rebuild their credit in 30 days, we can go ahead and vet them.
30 days? I thought it can take like a year to build.
No. Here's the thing with Y2K Credit Solution. We're connected to the credit bureaus directly. That's where our service is guaranteed. We're not the credit like dispute letter thing, which is what I talked about in the video. We're not writing dispute letters to try to catch the credit bureaus on a technicality for something that the client does have a paper trail for. But you cannot add positive on top of negative. It's never going to work. You have to fix the negative first, then the positive. So if a client does come in and they have some negative things on there, that might take 30, 60, 90 days to fix, depending on what they have. Once we fix that and we get the report to come back to a clean report, then we can start building it the right way with credit cards and coaching the clients how to maintain their credit cards, what credit cards to get. Sometimes we even apply for the credit cards for the client because the process is easier for us to do than have the client do it.
Okay.
But
so the first step is there's two categories you said. The first category is like you take money, like $500, give it to the bank, and then use the credit so you can build your credit. The second way is to go and apply directly to the bank.
Well, so let me back up a little bit. There's actually three ways. The first way is to see the credit report, to see what's on it first. We have to see an actual credit report from all three bureaus. That's the first thing we need to do.
You don't have no history of credit, you have to.
But here, this is why I said some clients, they've never seen their real report. What you see on Credit Karma is not accurate. So some clients do have negative stains on their credit report that they don't know about. It could be simple things, a cell phone bill.
I don't know if you got my question. Someone that doesn't have no history of credit, like I'm brand new, I'm here in America, I never used a credit card before, and then I want to apply for credit so I can, because in the future I want to buy a house, and then so that's the question I'm asking, like the history of credit.
Gotcha. All right. So in that scenario, there's two ways. Like you said, the first way is do a secure credit card. Where you're going to take $500, go to Capital One. This is actually a long answer, so be prepared. I'm going to break the whole thing down for you. You can do a secure credit card. You can go to any bank, do a secure credit card. You put $500 down. The bank's going to give you a credit card. They're going to add on a 17.9% interest rate onto that credit card, right? So now the bank is making money off of your free money.
Okay.
That's the first way. I'm not a fan of that for multiple reasons. One, it keeps you in this status where you cannot get better credit cards. In this industry, there's something called prime and subprime credit cards. Subprime credit cards, if you have no history, if you have bad credit, any bank with Capital One, First Premier, Credit One, they'll give you a credit card because you're high risk. So they'll give you a $500 credit limit, but the interest rate will be 29%, right? That's subprime. Now, if you start off building your credit with subprime, you kind of get stuck in that category. So when you want to get over to Chase, Citibank, TD, Discover, where you get $10,000 limit and 4%, 5% interest rate, you can't get that because there's not the equivalent to what they offer. Banks give you what they see other banks are giving you because they're in competition for each other business. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. So if I understood, like you can take your money and then give to the bank and you can have the credit to build it, and then you are not too fan of that. And the second way is to...
The second way is if we build it for you with something called trade lines. So we have 400 trade lines with various banks that have built credit. They have 10 years worth of history, and they have anywhere from $10,000 limit to $40,000, $100,000 limit. Now the client is buying data. You're purchasing data. Once that data goes on your credit report, in 30 to 45 days, it enhances your score to 750 credit score. Now you have a credit report, a trade line, a 750 score. Now we're going to tell you what credit card to apply for. And that process takes a total of 30 to 45 days, maybe 60 days the most.
I'm going to cut you a little bit because we're having an issue on Facebook right now. Mr. Barry, I don't know if you get that. We're having an issue with Facebook. Facebook is blocking our video right now for... yeah.
No, it's, I think, yeah, it's going on the other platform. I think it's just your video. I'm watching it from other platforms as well.
All right, I see it. Both the accounts right now is blocked. All right, so we can continue. Later on, we're gonna share it again. Okay, so we have discussed for someone that doesn't have no history of credit. And the second question is like, Andy, if somebody now have
let me add one more thing to that question you asked me. In the beginning, you said you thought it could be 6 months to a year. If you go to the secure credit card route, yes, that will be 6 months to a year, because you're doing it on your own. If you go to our way, then it's 30 to 90 days and it's already built. And you have your first prime credit card, where it might be from Discover, it depends on, it might be from Chase. And the thing is, it's important what kind of credit cards you have, because if you're building your portfolio for the first time, you want to build it with prestige credit cards, not like Gap, JCPenney, and all these small companies. You don't want that.
Okay, we're gonna go to that too. For someone that want to build their credit faster, is like to go through a company to help them build it faster.
Correct.
If someone wants to go to the traditional way, it can take 6
months to a year. Correct.
Yeah. Because we put in some big word, people want simple thing to understand. And the second thing is, if somebody now has the credit, how to use it responsibly so you can build a great history.
So once we see the credit report, depending on what credit cards they have and how long they have it, keep in mind, every 6 months, this is the question. Every 6 months, you can apply for a credit card. Consumers are allowed 6 increase in a 12-month period. Utilization needs to stay under 30%.
You said how much increase in every 6 months?
6 increase in a 12-month period. And that's how many increase you're allowed on your credit report. Anything more than that is called abuse of credit, and you will get denied for too many increase on a credit card. That's one thing. 2, consumer needs to keep their credit utilization under 30% at most times, if it's not all the time. Because
give me an example, if you have a credit line of $1,000, how much of that?
You want to stay at like $300, $400. But there's an amended answer to that. You can max out your credit card if you want to. However, you need to know when your statement date is, and you want to make sure if you max it out, pay it down to 30% before that statement date hits your credit report, because that, if it does hit your credit report and you have a maxed out credit card, it would drop your score. If you pay it off before your statement date, then it's not going to reflect a high balance. It's going to reflect a low balance, and your score is going to stay high.
The statement date and the due date is different?
That is correct. Statement date is when the statement is cut off and is being reported to the credit bureaus, and the due date is when you make your payment. Statement date is very important. You always want to know your statement date on every credit card. And
so how do you know that? You called your bank, your bank account, your bank.
Correct. You call the credit card company and they'll tell them you want to know your statement date and your due date. And most banks, if you have multiple credit cards, like I have a ton of credit cards, most banks, they can let you change all your dates to one date. So instead of me having Discover statement date on January 20th, American Express on January 29th, I have everything on one day of the month. So I know when all my bills are paid.
That's
I can
smart.
control everything, right?
Yeah, I'm dealing with a lot of things like that. I forget my my dates. Yeah, that's very smart. So
Yeah, so you want to make sure, like, you know your statement there. You could change them to one day, so it's just easier for you.
okay. For someone that use the credit card for 30% to build their credit, is that if they max out their credit, do they need to pay everything for them to keep it up with their good credit?
Keep it paid down to 30%. The key number is 30%. Keep in mind, everyone is given 100% credit, right? That's where you start off at 100. The goal is to keep 30% used and 70% available.
Okay.
At all times. That's how you keep the score up in the 700s, 800, wherever you are. Once you go over 31%, your score is going to start coming down because now you become high risk. You have a lot of debt out there. To get that score back up, once you pay the credit card off or bring it down to under 30%, when the creditor reports to the credit bureau, it's going to go back up.
For a starter, how many credits should they have, like, to start?
I'd safely say, for someone that's new to credit, you don't need more than 4 credit cards in your name, but you need 4 good credit cards.
4 good, okay.
4, because remember, I tell clients, like, you go to Macy's, right? And this is the perks of having 4 good credit cards. You go to Macy's and you buy something, they tell you, hey, if you open a Macy's credit card today, you get 20% off, right? But what the consumers don't realize is that, 1, you're putting an inquiry on your credit. 2, if you don't pay that balance off in 30 days, that 20% turns into interest. So now you're paying interest on that. Opposed to if, let's say you had a Chase Sapphire credit card where you get 5 points for every dollar you spent. I would be putting all my transaction on that card, not opening another credit card from Macy's for 20%, because the reward points in my Chase card is way more beneficial for flying, travel points, and my Chase interest is only 8%, opposed to 29% of department store cards. You understand?
So it's more advantage for people to open bank credit card than a store credit card.
Correct. But prime credit cards, not subprime. Stay away from Capital One. Because look at it. Capital One, even if you have good credit or bad credit, they're starting off with a $500 limit. The interest is 29.9%. You make one transaction on that credit card, you already maxed out. On top of that, every month clients get upset because when they're paying the card back, they're paying the minimum, but 90% of that payment is going to interest. So then the balance is not going down. So they get frustrated. They stop paying it, and that's where you end up in bad credit. Opposed to if you get a credit card from Chase that's $10,000 limit, you use $500, you're okay, you know? See the ratio there?
Okay. So if I understand, you said subprime credit, and that's what you said?
Correct. It's subprime and prime credit card. And I have a full video on our YouTube channel breaking the difference down between prime banks and subprime banks.
All right, got it. Can you tell me the difference?
So subprime banks are the banks that will give you credit cards even if you have bad credit or no credit at all. The reason why, they know that you're high risk and they're going to put a high interest rate. They know in 6 months you're going to default. So they make their money on interest rates up front.
Got it.
You go to Chase, if you have no credit or bad credit, Chase is not approving you for no credit card. Discover is not doing it. American Express is not doing it.
American Express, okay.
You know?
Okay, got it. So now we have touched on people that doesn't have no history for credit and also how to use it responsibly. Now, if somebody that use their credit is okay, you are a little bit.
I'm here listening. Go ahead.
Okay, for someone that didn't know and they use their credit and now they have an issue, their credit is dropping. So how to fix their credit? Like how?
Repeat the question again. If someone,
like, you have the credit now, you're using it, and then something happened, maybe you messed out, and then your credit dropped below average. How to fix that?
So I'm assuming the question you're asking me, if someone maxes out their credit card and their score drop, how do you fix that? Is that ideally what you're trying to ask me?
Yeah, I mean, like somebody that have a bad credit now, they want to fix it in general.
Okay, that's fine. So that's a different question. If they have bad credit, that means they have collections, they have charge-offs. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure that question is like, there's 3 parts to that question. So if they have bad credit, that means they have charge-off, collections, and the collections could be from credit cards, cell phone bill, utility bills, car insurance, those things. If they have those kind of issues, so we have to schedule a consultation with them, right? So now we have to pull their credit report from a tri-merge company that gives you all three bureaus. Because remember, there's 3 credit bureaus, not one. So you're not only fixing one, you have to fix all 3 bureaus because all of the information has to be the same across the board. All right.
Okay.
So now we pull the credit, we see what the issues are. The thing is, a lot of clients don't know how to read a credit report. That's the main issue. If you understand how to read it, then you don't understand where the issues are. And this is where we come in and we try to educate them.
You have to read that credit report, like where, which website, on TransUnion or?
No. So that the 3 bureaus are confusing by itself. So you can do the Identity IQ.
Okay.
You can do Score Navigator. We have our own called Score Navigator, or you can use Identity IQ.
Okay.
They can call our office and we can give them the link, and also there's a promo code where they can get some savings every month on that. The problem is, when you apply to Experian, you don't get Equifax and TransUnion. You have to pay for all 3, and there's 3 different reports. You have to click from one report to the other report. The layout and the format is different on all 3 credit reports. There's confusion.
The information is different too?
The layout is different. And yes, information could be different because not all banks report to all 3 credit bureaus. So Experian may have 7 accounts, but Equifax may have 9 accounts, which might be 2 medical collections or 2 other collections that's not reporting on all 3 bureaus because not all creditors report to all 3 bureaus because they pay to report on the bureaus. So there's a second part to that answer now. Depending on where you live in the country, the bureaus are set up by regions. Experian covers the East Coast all the way up to Houston, Texas. They split that.
Whoa.
Equifax covers the Midwest, and TransUnion is on the West Coast. So if you live on the West Coast, a lot of things more are going to show up on the TransUnion report than on your Experian. If you live on the East Coast, more things are going to show up on Experian than Equifax and TransUnion. There's a difference.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I'm learning a lot.
This stuff. It's not what you see on social media. It's a way lot more.
Yes, it's great to have an expert here because I'm also learning a lot of things right now about this post, and then after all of them is all over.
Yeah, that's it. Remember, there's like 8 billion people in this planet. One bureau can't control everything, and not all banks report to all 3 because every bank has to pay a fee to report to the bureaus.
Okay, got it. So, well, do you have anything to add on what we just talked about? Like anything that is very important that your client used to ask you about credit?
Earlier in the conversation, and the clientele that you guys are servicing or you guys are helping out, a lot of these guys have the same name, last name, and a lot of credit merge due to name association. That's a big issue in your community. Mm-hmm. If you're looking to purchase purchase a home, you want to make sure you're going to having good credit, because when you purchase the home, you still got to fix the home, right? You still got to buy things. You got to get insurance. All of this stuff is credit based, right? To fix your house, you got to get credit cards to buy stuff from Lowe's. You need to have good credit. So it's not just one stop to buy your home. You need credit before, in the process, and after the process.
Yeah.
To do everything.
Also, like I just want to elaborate something. What do you consider, like, what's the range to be at a good credit? The range right now.
Right now, with the recession, the way things are, 760 is the ideal number you want to be at.
760, okay. Below that is a fair credit, or
below that is fair credit. The elite creditors, people that have elite credit scores that gets 1-2% interest rate, 0% balance transfer, it has to be at a 760 and higher.
Got it.
Like at a 760, you can walk into a dealership, buy a car, and put no money down. Just pay the taxes and the DMV fee. That's all you're paying, which is normal because nobody wants to pay interest on tax, 7% anyway.
Okay, so I just want to touch that part as well. Someone that have a student loan, how does that affect their credit?
So right now, student loans are in deferment because of the COVID. The deferment, I believe, ends in July or June of this month. Well, there's 2 parts to that question too. If you have student loans, I have a video on this too, but if you have student loans, you need to call your servicer company. You need to find out who the servicer is, because your loans are going to be transferred to a new servicing company. It's not going to stay with who it is, with the current company. You need to call them. You need to make sure they have your updated phone number, email, and address. You need to ask them who's your new servicing company, and you need to ask them what's their phone number so they can get a hold of you when the payment comes out of deferment, because then it's going to start reporting late if you don't. Now, second of all, if right now in COVID, there's no interest paying, there's no payments due, right? And there's no interest. Clients should have taken advantage and pay off their student loan, so you're paying full principal on your loan. You're not paying no interest. That was something we should have taken advantage of, right? Because the interest is high on those loans. To answer your question, though, we take a percentage of what your loans are tied into your monthly payment, and that's how it's going to affect your credit and your mortgage. But as far as student loans, you need to find out who the servicing company are, and it doesn't affect your credit that much because everyone knows student loans are in deferment right now to COVID.
Okay.
A lot of people are waiting for this forgiveness. It's not happening. Stop waiting. It's not happening. No, it's not happening.
Putting the people hope down.
It's not happening.
All right. So the other thing is like I just want this scenario just come up on my mind. Like if someone that just took a loan to buy a car and now they want to buy a house, like is that loan from buying the car affect their ability to buy to get a loan to buy a house?
You have to wait 6 months. If you buy the house first, you got to wait 6 months to get the car. If you buy the car first, you got to wait 6 months to get the mortgage.
Oh wow. Okay, that's a good thing to know. So if you want to buy a house, and then you have planned to buy a car as well, look at your priority. If you really need a car right now, you can have it, and then 6 months later and get a mortgage for your.
And even talking about auto loans, you know, you want to be careful where you're getting your auto loans from. This is where credit plays a big part, because if you go to outside bank, like if you cannot get financing from, like, let's say Mercedes, Toyota, Honda, if you cannot get Honda financing, Toyota financing, Mercedes, like in-house financing, you're getting screwed once you leave that bank. So the interest rate on the outside bank is going to be up here. So that means your credit is not good to get in-house financing. So before you go buy a car, you want to make sure you know what's on your credit. You want to know your credit score. You want to start pre-planning. If something negative is on your report, you need to bring credit card balances down. Bring it down before you get that auto loan, because you want to get in-house financing. Anything outside of in-house financing, you're going to get screwed and you're going to be upside down on that auto loan in 6 months. It happens to everyone. I see it all the time. And that's how you end up in repossessions and so forth, because you can't afford to pay it no more. And even if you pay it off, let's say you bought a car for $20,000 and you got the loan from Ally Financial or Ally Bank or Chrysler Capital. That rate, that's a subprime bank. That means that rate is extremely high. By the time you finish paying off that loan, you paid $40,000 for that car. Remember, you bought it for $20,000. You paid $40,000 because the interest is so high. But now the car is not even worth $40,000. It's underwater because cars lose value as time progresses.
Okay, now I'm just gonna pause a little bit and past commercial just to show people that we have houses, and then you hear as well if anyone wants to fix their credit. We're gonna write down your number, your information, your website. We can reach you.
Absolutely. The phone number is 516-568-4541. There's a whole staff behind the scenes. First thing is when you call them, you just let them know you want to schedule a consultation to fix your credit. They're going to email you all of the information in its entirety via email. You fill out the form, send it back to them. Once we get your forms and your IDs back, then we can schedule you for a consultation. Suggest you check out our YouTube channel as well, Y2K Credit Solutions. There's a lot of information on those videos, so you know exactly what you're getting yourself into and what the end result is going to be. Again, we're very transparent with our stuff work. That's why we have so many videos on YouTube going up weekly about things when it comes to credit related. And also business credit. If you have a business, you cannot build business credit if you have bad personal credit. It's not going to work. Personal credit has to get fixed first, because a lot of the banks are going to PG it with your personal credit for the business. You cannot build business credit if you have bad personal credit.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna just play a fast commercial right now.
Okay.
Njara ko min Mamadou Boy Bari real estate brokerage mango haray ko andi ngol on kadi hikka kadi hewti ka tax din filate hay do yon filde tax di mon din haray meden tori on si tay hakkille mon hino fi dabbugol nokkure ko wona do fala sodugo suudu gere humpodire men sifano on ko honno wawoton filirgol tax di mon din fi yo banque on approuve gono woni ko banque islamique utilise ton woni ko banque traditionnelle utilise ton haray hino wodi façon no filir ton tax di mon din si banque wawon approuve de surtout si tawi non ko hoore mo gollanton si ko taxi jogi don si ko salon jogi don tay ko grocery jogi don whatever ko jogi don ko kala ko watta tay ko hoore mo gollanton gere famodire si filon taxi mon din so on acci ha on fili taxi din si contact don men haray woni late sodugol sodu nde hitande do le plus souvent haray contacter men numéro ji no video do on jarama.
Back. Mr. Barry, do you want to add anything? Because for me, I don't have any more question for him. You are muted.
Yes. Yeah, thank you very much, Andy. Your information was vital like all time. You know, we truly appreciate you. Unfortunately, we had a little technical difficulty earlier. You know, we didn't get like a lot of people who was connected. I think even some people they asked some questions. I can't even find them anymore. So sorry to those people who are watching. It's back on, but you know, unfortunately, the questions are not there anymore. Yes, and yeah, it was blocked, so I was able to take it off last minute. But anyway, we thank you very much. My only question is for those who have mortgages, right? Who miss a mortgage payment. What do they have to do to be able to buy another house?
So they have to have 6 months.
Let's say you have lateness on the mortgage.
So is it an open loan or a closed loan?
Let's say an open loan.
All right, so let me explain. That's a good
question. Let's say you co-sign for someone. Let's say you co-sign someone, right? And they, you know, they don't pay the mortgage on time. Now you want to buy. Let's say they miss 1 or 2 payments.
Okay.
Will that affect you?
Yes, it will. And let me tell you something when it comes to late payment. That question has 4-part answer. 1, late payments is very hard to remove off of your credit report. It's very tough for us, and any company that said they could write a letter and get it off, they're lying to you. Let me tell you why. When it comes to late payments, you have to prove to the creditor and the credit bureau that it's not a consumer error, it's a bank error. What that means is that, let's say, okay, I'll give you a random date. You have June 1st, right? June 1st, June 15th, your payment is due June 1st. You have a grace period until June 15th to pay it. Now, if you don't pay June 15th, you're going to get a late fee, $35. Now, you have until June 30th at 6 p.m. to make that payment. Every bank, whether you live on the East Coast or West Coast or Midwest, they reconcile their accounts at 6 p.m. That's when banks close. If you make that payment July 1st, you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Did you hear that? If you make that payment July 1st, it's a consumer error because the payment is time-stamped when it leaves your bank and it's time-stamped when it's received by the receiving bank. That's a consumer error that cannot get fixed. So you have to be very careful with payments and late payments. Even if you can't make a big payment, do the bare minimum just to avoid that late payment. And that one late payment will drop your score 100 points.
Right.
Now, when it goes to mortgages, mortgage company, if you co-sign for someone and they're making late payments, you're equally affected. That the original owner, the primary, has to refi that mortgage into their name and get the mortgage out of your name. Then we can remove the mortgage off of your name, which is going to make you eligible to buy your home.
Okay, thank you very much. So we appreciate that. We appreciate your time. So please, you can leave your information. So people, we want to make sure the time of this video is limited to 45 minutes. So people will take their time to watch it.
All right, I'm putting it in the chat.
Tell me, I'm gonna type it. I'm gonna
okay.
put it like banner.
Okay.
1 second here.
So we just so the people for the people who are watching, Andy, you have helped a lot of people, hundreds of people now from our community who have small issues for credit, to all the way to big issues. People who have like big collections on their names. That's why we have you here. That's
a lot of your clients in Indiana have a lot of judgments on their credit report from credit card companies.
Exactly.
So I'm tagged.
All right. So we have that. We have that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on like a banner right now.
Okay. So you can say your final word, Andy, so we don't hold you any longer. Thank you very much for your time.
No problem, Barry. Talk to you guys. If you have any questions, give us a call. We're here to help you guys.
All right. Thanks. We appreciate you.
All right. No problem, guys. Talk to you soon.
All right, guys. Today we had Andy. He's a credit card expert. He's a founder and CEO of a credit card solution. So if you need any information, I'm gonna tell you his number right now. His number is 516-568-4541. Again, 516-568-4541. He can help you fix your credit. If you want to buy a house, as I said in the beginning, you can get a loan without checking your credit. But there's loan where they won't check your income, check only your credit. It's like credit is your credit is a necessary thing for you to get a loan. So we're gonna end the broadcast right now and see you next week. We didn't have any question because of the live was blocked earlier. I'm just gonna leave you right now. Thank you so much for watching.